This is JoyNews. We are following breaking news for you. News just in, Deputy General Secretary of the NDC, Koku Anyidoho, is finally home. My colleague Joseph Akable has been speaking to him, and Roxanne Dafiamekpo, MP for South Dai. He joins me right now. Joseph, what's the latest you can report?
Based on some information out there. And so the police did their job professionally, and I want to congratulate them and thank them, the CID unit led by DCOP Mamitiwa Adodankwa. And so here we are, my lawyers, the BNI director and his people, and of course the other men who you can see them here. And so we thank God, and at least Ghana is working.
Were you comfortable all through?
Interesting experience. But let me say for the records, I was not manhandled at any point in time. No, not by the CID, not by the BNI. I was not manhandled at any point in time.
How about food-wise? I mean, was the meal good?
You want to know?
I want to know.
We'll discuss that later.
The other issue was the support.
No, but it was good. No, for the records, just for the media, it was good. It was good.
The other issue is the support from your party supporters, other sympathizers. Was it something that you were even aware of in the first place?
As Deputy General Secretary of the party, I didn't doubt the fact that we had a support base and we believe in comradeship and camaraderie. But what happened in the last 2 days has been excellent, exciting. We thank the grassroots, we thank everybody. Former President Dramani Mahama, the party chairman, General Secretary, leadership in Parliament, of course, the lawyers, and everybody. We thank God.
The statement, any regrets?
Which statement?
Okay. Thank you very much. I'm grateful. I'm so grateful.
All right, so you saw there, obviously, Hati Koku Anyidoho, Deputy General Secretary of the NDC. He's finally home after being in the custody of the BNI for allegedly making treasonable comments. Joseph Akable is on the line with us. Joseph, tell us more about your conversation with Koku.
Well, so he came in pretty much happy, like you saw in your shot, that engagement with him there. Initially, he was a bit reluctant to speak. When they realized that we had faced camp right in front of the residence, the vehicle that was bringing him in went onto the compound and dropped him inside the house before the lawyer came out to engage me. But I mean, we managed to convince him to ask for that particular interview. In fact, even before we went on camera for that particular interview, he said he was treated very well. He was very happy. He thinks the police acted professionally, and he was glad about the kind of support he has received from his family members. As I speak to you now, at the main gate to his Oyaifa residence is closed. He's inside, and the lawyer is also inside. I can hear him laughing as I speak to you now. He's exchanging pleasantries with those on the compound, and I mean, sharing his experiences with them as to how the past 2 nights has been for him. So that is the situation here at the Oyaifa residence.
Important to note, he said that he was not manhandled. He was treated professionally. What do we know is going to happen next after this episode?
His lawyer tells me that, I mean, the bit about whether he has been charged or not, he has cleared up that issue. Says the charge is yet to be formally made against him. They said they were investigating him for treason, felony, and causing fear and panic. The other issue has to do with the fact that on Tuesday at 10 a.m., Mr. Koku Anyidoho is supposed to report with his lawyer at the CID office as investigations continue down. Okay,
what kind of mood was it over there when he was released? We know that when he was arrested, we saw a lot of party people throng the premises of the BNI or CID trying to make a case. What was the mood when he was released earlier in the day?
The situation was completely different in terms of the residents here. I mean, the residents are a bit far removed from town, so you didn't have many people making it to this particular place. What we can talk about is in terms of at the BNI headquarters when earlier...
All right, I'm going to have to interrupt you, Joseph Akable, because we want to listen to Roxanne Dafiamekpo. He's MP for South Dai.
Have a temporary reprieve until Tuesday.
Until Tuesday, what happens on Tuesday?
We are supposed to report back to the police on Tuesday, and we'll take care from there.
Clear this up for us, the issue about whether Mr. Anyidoho has been charged or not. We're hearing some bit of contrary information. Was he charged?
I have to say that he's not been charged. He's not been charged. So the reportage in the media that he's been slapped with 3 charges and all that, there's nothing like that. The matter is investigations. So this is a police inquiry bail. I'm sure by Tuesday, the docket will be finalized and the appropriate charges will be preferred if the state is minded to do so.
As a lawyer, I mean, you've been engaging the investigators. Do you get a sense that it appears is something that the state wants to take a step further beyond what they've been able to pick up? We know they've searched this out, they've searched this phone, among other investigations as well.
Well, it would be premature for me to come to that conclusion, but from experience, you see that if a matter is prosecutable, you see the manner that the police will go about it.
What do you make of this? Do you see it that way?
I do not know, but I can sense that from experience, if a matter is prosecutable, you see the manner and the approach that they adopt. If it's also a matter that with the euphoria that it generated, they have conducted their investigations and they have come to a certain conclusion that this may not be a prosecutable matter, but it's a matter that they may have to advise the parties involved. They will do so.
I saw him smiling and exchanging pleasantries with the BNI officers, as the CID officers, I must say, as he went in. Am I to understand that Mr. Koku Anyidoho, all is well with him? He's ready to bounce back and continue his work as Deputy General Secretary of your party?
Freedom is an expensive commodity, and so if it, however temporary that is, you feel it. And so we are all happy, we are all glad that at least in the interim, that is why I said we have a temporary reprieve. In the interim, he's been released on bail, police inquiry bail, to at least be with his family to celebrate the Easter festivities. And then when that is over, and we go back on Tuesday, other consequential steps can be followed.
So Tuesday, I'll report at the CID?
Indeed, yes.
Okay, thank you very much.
At 10 a.m.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
It's my pleasure.
At the residence of the Deputy General Secretary of the NDC, Koku Anyidoho. He has to report to the CID on Tuesday. Joseph, I would like for you to just briefly conclude with the point you were making earlier.
Yes, so I was just explaining that, I mean, the euphoria in terms of the numbers that thronged the CID headquarters and subsequently made it their way to the BNI this afternoon. It was on the low here. In fact, those who are within the residence are not even more than 15. They are just the family members, close relatives. The only individual who, in terms of the party that we know, is the MP that are engaged, who also happens to be one of the lawyers of Mr. Koku Anyidoho. So we expect Mr. Koku Anyidoho to continue with his work like we have been told. But on Tuesday, he's going to meet the officers at the CID headquarters at exactly 10 a.m. Darrell.
All right, Joseph Akabe, thanks very much indeed. We just brought you breaking news. Koku Anyidoho is finally home. A happy man. He's supposed to report to the CID on Tuesday. My name is Darrell Kwao. Thanks for watching.